Hello my friends, this is Lionel Anderson here with you guys with a brand new YouTube BitChute video, and in today's video we got a lot to unpack. Well, I guess you guys have probably heard the big news by now, but Elon Musk and Donald Trump have been going at it on X, going back and forth in a big feud now. Of course, just a week after Elon Musk leaves the Trump administration with the black eye, and now they are going back and forth. Elon started off by calling Trump out with his big beautiful bill, and now it's escalated to Trump canceling some kind of contract with Elon or something like that, some kind of mandate that Elon Musk about electric vehicles or something like that. And now, next thing you know, Elon is pointing out that Trump is in the Epstein files, and that's why they haven't released it yet. So what's going on here? Well, let's get to that. And also in today's video, we're going to be going over why was Elon Musk's right eye had the black eye. Okay, I did a video just a few days ago talking about the Black Eye Club and the ritual that was done, but a lot of people are saying, Lionel, the Black Eye Club is the left eye, not the right, so what's up with the right? Well, I go over what the symbolism behind the right eye is all about, what that ritual is all about, and we even get into the conspiracy of the Vril reptilian parasite in the eye. I debunk those claims, so make sure you stick around for that. But let's just get right into it because there's a lot to unpack here. So before we begin, just encourage you guys to hit that subscribe button. As I say, subscribe to survive, and smash the like button. Helps old Lionel out with the algorithms. Alright, my friends. So yes, it all started off with this tweet here. Elon Musk saying, that's it, I can't stand for it anymore. It's a disgusting bill, and it goes on about, you know, how it's going to cause an extra 2.5 trillion in debt and all this kind of stuff, all right? And then Trump, you know, was making remarks about him as well, and then I guess he cancels one of his contracts with Elon as well, all right? And then Elon today said, you know what? And he says Trump is in the Epstein files. That's right, my friends. He just came out and said it, said that's why they haven't been released, and you're going to find out very soon. So why is he saying that, my friends? Well, guess what? This is nothing new. I want to make it very clear. This is nothing new. We've already known for years now that Trump was in the Epstein files. I've been telling you guys for years that he was in the little black book, he was in the court documents, he was in the flight logs. That's right, when Ghislaine Maxwell had her case, he was all over it. So we already knew that Trump was all over the files. I've been telling you guys that for a long time. So what Elon's telling you is nothing new. Let's make that very clear. So why is he saying it? Why is all this stuff happening? My friends, you got to realize it's a big club, okay? Donald Trump is in it, and Elon Musk is in it. They're buddies, they're friends, as you could see over the past few months, and everything you're witnessing now is political theater. That's right. This has all been pre-planned and staged. Okay? Don't fall for it. This is a psychological operation, and it is a distraction to some major things we got going on right now. Okay? Major things. So what are these major things? Well, a few days ago, my friends, Zion Dawn announced, or he, I don't know if he made a big announcement, but he did push forward a contract, almost $1 billion with Palantir. Of course, Palantir is AI surveillance technology that is currently being used by Israel to pretty much pick and choose who dies in Gaza, which has been horrible. It's just killing tons of people, a lot of innocent people, might I add, and children and whatnot. It is the beast system, okay? And of course, the founder of it is Peter Thiel, and of course, he's on the steering committee at Bilderberg, okay? It's a CIA Bilderberg AI beast system, and now it's going to create a database on every American citizen and surveil you. This is exactly what we've been warning about. Well, Trump just signs a deal, almost $1 billion with Palantir, okay? And it's funny because on the same day, Trump tried another distraction. He posted on his X account how Joe Biden is a clone and the real Joe Biden was killed at Guantanamo Bay. That's a QAnon, CIA conspiracy. Okay, it's a classic psyop. Why did Trump post that on the same day this Palantir stuff goes through? A distraction. And what you're seeing right now, more distraction. So I got a video of a politician in the United States, and she's going to tell you what this Palantir thing is all about. All right, so take a listen. And I know I don't trust politics or government either, or anybody on the left or right, but what she's saying is 100% fact, okay? I've been exposing Palantir for a long time, and what she's saying is true, so don't disregard it. Take a look.
Hey, it's Lori here. If you don't know what Palantir is, keep watching, because what they and the federal government are doing right now with your most sensitive personal data should be on everyone's radar. Palantir is a secretive tech company that is known for building powerful AI products used for surveillance, tracking, and profiling. Well, we just learned that Donald Trump is quietly using Palantir and its AI systems to process the enormous troves of Americans' most sensitive data that DOJ stole from agencies across the federal government. To be clear, this isn't hypothetical. This is happening right now. If you're like me, you're probably asking what the hell Donald Trump is doing asking a secretive data mining company to compile a master file on the private lives of each and every American. This isn't just about politics. It's about power and whether we still have a right to keep our lives private in the digital age. This is a dangerous overreach, which is exactly why I've been fighting to modernize the Privacy Act for the first time in over 50 years. Without safeguards, this kind of unchecked power is how our privacy disappears, quickly and quietly. Because the Privacy Act hasn't been meaningfully updated since Watergate in the 70s. The rules on how the federal government shares your data with private companies might as well be from the Stone Age. What's even worse is that once your data is in Palantir's hands, you could lose a say in how it's used or who it's sold to. No one should have to worry about their government giving unvetted DOJ minions access to their personal data, let alone handing it over to a company controlled by billionaires like Peter Thiel, who funded the president's campaign. Share this now so folks know what Donald Trump and his billionaire tech buddies are up to. And let's ramp up the pressure on these guys.
All right, so there you go. That's what's going on. And I believe this is a major distraction from that, but also this big, beautiful bill as well. Another thing they're trying to distract you from. It's very interesting because what I believe is what's happening here is why Elon's speaking out against it. It's a classic misdirection, okay? The reason all this is happening is because this bill is passing something that's really horrible. Something contained in it is really horrible. And that is, they do not want any regulation of the AI, okay? The AI tech bros are pushing through this AI stuff along with Zion Dunn, and no regulation for the next 10 years of AI, which means they can pretty much do anything they want. And they know that if people find out about this, they're going to be pissed, which many people are, because we know AI is dangerous and there should be heavy regulation of it, okay? So what are they doing? Elon comes out in opposition to the bill, but he's not talking about the AI. No, he's talking about the 2.5 trillion in debt and pointing out all the financial stuff about it, which is automatically going to get everybody to shift their focus to that and not the AI stuff, which is the scary stuff that we're really screwed if it gets passed. So all this and now the whole Epstein stuff, it's all serving as a distraction. And like I said, this Epstein stuff was already public knowledge. The flight logs were already released. We already had access. So it's not like Elon's revealing anything big or special, okay? So I got a video to show you guys. Even Joe Rogan speaking about these safety concerns. And another lady, I think she's a politician or something, she was a huge Trump pusher. Just supported Trump on everything. And she is even warning about this bill. So take a look.
To address the House about a clause that is in the One Big Beautiful Bill. This clause would take away state rights to make laws or regulate AI for 10 years. And I warn against the dangers of protecting a tech industry where we have no idea the future of what this industry will hold.
Isn't there a part of the big beautiful bill that talks about the government being run by AI? Relevant provision reads that no state or political subdivision may enforce any law or regulation regulating artificial intelligence models, artificial intelligence systems, or automated decision systems during the 10-year period beginning on the date of enactment of this act. This means that U.S. states would be blocked from enforcing laws regulating AI and automated decision systems for 10 years. Well, in 10 years, we have a god. Not good.
No, not good.
Not good.
Jesus Christ, it's like a game of whack-a-mole.
We want to assume that it won't have any instincts. AI will only do what you program it to. That's not really true because they don't necessarily really understand what it's doing.
Yeah.
Which is part of the weirdness of it all. As it advances,
You can easily, jailbreak ChatGPT. It has guardrails on it. What happens when you start to ask, like, how do I make a nerve agent with off-the-shelf components?
well, people have done things like that.
There you go, my friends. So as you could see, this is the beast system. This is the AI demiurge making a physical manifestation in our realm. And we got zero pushback so far. Well, it looks like there's a little bit of pushback now. But is it enough? Because, that was Trump's job, to come in here and implement this AI agenda. If this was Biden doing it, there probably would have been a lot more pushback. But people trusted him, and now here we are doing exactly what I told you guys he would do before he even became president. That he's going to come in and push this AI agenda and pretty much be a corrupt Zionist billionaire doing what they do. And here he is, he's doing it. Told you so. So I think there's even more to this agenda between Elon and Trump. I'm kind of thinking that, I've told you guys for a long time there is a plan to take out Trump at some point, which I do believe will be staged. But I think they're going to fake an actual real assassination at some point. He'll probably just go underground. But that will be a whole situation that's going to be a whole another agenda. But who knows? Maybe this is the beginning of that. Maybe they're going to turn on Trump. Elon wants Trump to get impeached, so maybe they're just going to take him out that way, out of office. Or who knows, maybe something in the future, something will happen to him. And from what I've heard is, either J.D. Vance, he could be the chosen one to be the president because he has connections to Peter Thiel of Palantir and all the other tech bros, okay? All the AI guys and whatnot. So maybe that's, Peter Thiel funded him, gave him $16 million. So maybe he was the chosen guy, or maybe not. Maybe it's going to be an AI president. There's a lot of talk that AI is going to replace, that Trump will be the last human president. And once he's gone, AI is going to take over because now AI is in all the government. That's why they've been slashing all the things like the Department of Education, and they're going to introduce it in the medical field. Well, it might just take over as your president. You'll have your first AI president. Who knows? That's a possibility here that what might be going on. You might be seeing Trump being removed. Maybe he's going to exit off the world stage and go underground to his bunkers, and maybe they'll say he got assassinated or something like that. Who knows? I'm just throwing it out there. We're going to have to keep an eye on the situation, my friends. But one thing's for sure that we do know as a fact, that all this stuff is a staged theater, all serving as a distraction to get people to not talk about all this AI crap that they're introducing. Okay? So don't get distracted. It is entertaining. You can still observe it. I know I sure am. But just remember, behind the scenes, these guys are in the club. And they're working together. They're Saturn worshippers. And they're working together to bring in the downfall of humanity. Now, very interesting that Trump had the very interesting that Elon Musk had the right eye blacked out, wouldn't you say, just a week before all this. And now all this stuff's popping off, making it seem like, he did get in some kind of actual fight because of the fighting between them. But could this be connected to the black eye ritual, which I spoke about a few days ago in my video? And definitely check that video out if you haven't watched it yet, because I go over what that ritual is. but I needed to address a few things because a lot of people are saying, well, it was the right eye and the black eye club is the left eye. So I actually recorded this video earlier today, all right, when I was outside. But then all this stuff happened with the feud between Musk and Trump about the Epstein files and whatnot. So I recorded this video now, and now I'm going to show you the video I did earlier today that talks about the right eye situation and this crazy conspiracy that it's some kind of real parasite that goes in through the eye. We're going to get into if there's any truth to that and what Vril truly is, because it's definitely ain't no parasite, but there is something known as Vril, so it may shock you what it's all about, and it's not negative, really. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys that now. Before I do, just a quick shout out to the sponsors. My friends, I got the protocol. I've been telling you guys about the liver reset protocol. So we got the liver detox from O'Welly. Best supplements around, organic. All right, my friends. This will flush out your liver, okay? Then we got this, alpha lipoic acid, which raises glutathione levels, which will remove heavy metals and graphene oxide and nanotechnologies. And then we got the berberine, which is good for overall liver health. Okay, the three together, it's a dream combo, and we have the liver reset protocol. All right, so put your health first, my friends. We're being poisoned on every level. The link is down below in the description. It'll get you 15% off and free shipping in the United States. Doing that helps support your health, and it helps to support my channel. So definitely look into it. There's more information on that link. Check it out. And now let's finish up this video with what I recorded earlier. It's a very good watch, so take a look. I just needed to give a response to my last video that I did about Elon Musk and the black eye, and I did a video on what this ritual possibly could have been, right? An ancient ritual possibly connected to Saturn. If you guys haven't seen that, I do recommend you check it out. But there was quite a bit of controversy over that when I posted it to Facebook and even here on YouTube. A lot of people, two different things. A lot of people said no, because it was his right eye, it wasn't his left eye, and the rituals with the left eye. So since it was the right eye, it was just a coincidence. It was just X hitting him, no ritual there. And other people said, well, why is it the right eye? Well, I'm going to tell you what the right eye represents and what it could be. I'm going to clear that up because there is significance to that. But another thing I want to address in today's video is a lot of people on Facebook mainly, because I posted some memes about this on Facebook and they reached thousands of people, got hundreds of likes, and filled with comments. And I saw a common theme, and I believe I got a few on YouTube as well, of people bringing up this conspiracy that I even covered in the last video and made it very clear that it's BS, and that is that the Black Eye Club is connected to a parasite, a reptilian parasite that people are calling Vril, and they're going on and on about that. And I felt, well, in today's video, I need to clear up what Vril actually means and really debunk that claim, because everybody needs to know about what Vril truly is, but nobody knows, and they're just repeating some bullshit, okay? And it's really sad to see. So I'm here to tell you what Vril truly is today. So in a way, this is a bit of an occult class, like I have on Patreon. That's right. I recommend you guys check me out on Patreon with the occult class. I got a 7-day free trial right now. The link is in the description, but you get occult, hidden, esoteric information like you're going to hear in today's video. Okay, so link is in the description. Let's just get started. But first, real quick, let's just address this stuff about Elon Musk and his right eye, because it is true in the ritual that I did lay out for you guys, the ancient Egyptian ritual. With the left eye, it was Horus's left eye that Seth, aka Saturn, right? It was the left eye that he tore out, okay? Which was the basis of the theory of the whole black eye thing with the left eye. And it's true, many in the eye club do have the black eye on the left side. But many of those who people share are in the black eye club. A lot of people saying it's only the left eye. That's not true. Okay, let's take a look. There's a few pictures there of some people who've had it on the right eye. That's right, you got Prince Andrew, what's his name? One of the other princes there, Elizabeth's husband, having a brain fart. But as you can see, he's there. He had it both on the left eye. Oh, Philip, that's right. He had it on the left eye and the right eye. It could be he was just old and collapsing a lot. I don't know. There you go. You got Justin Bieber at a young age with a good shiner there. Stephen Colbert, okay? Whole lot of people with it on the right eye as well. So to say that it's only the left eye isn't true. There is many with the right eye as well, whether they're part of the club or not. I don't know. It's all speculation, okay? Let's make that very clear. But let's go with that and say, okay, it's the right eye, okay? And it is part of some ritual. Well, very simple, my friends. If we're going back to ancient Egyptian mythologies and whatnot as a basis for this ritual, well, what does the right eye represent, okay? As you can see, it's the right eye of Horus, or also known as the eye of Ra, okay? And of course, who was Ra? Well, my friends, Ra was the sun god of ancient Egyptian, okay? And again, remember what I told you guys last time. The ancient sun, the sun that the ancient Egyptians worship and all that, isn't the sun that we have today. It's what our ancient sun was. And of course, that is, drumroll, Saturn. That's right. So to get punched in the right eye, when the left eye, I told you last time, the left eye was more representative of the moon, okay? And of course, we're in a Saturn-moon matrix, so it's all connected. But the right eye, if Elon got punched in the right eye by X, and we went over in the last video, X is connected to Saturn, and if the right eye represents Saturn, well, to me, it's just one giant Saturn ritual. Maybe they switched it up for their rituals. Instead of doing the left eye, they do the right eye sometimes to have a different meaning. That's the moon, that's the Saturn, you know. But if you saw in the last video, I also showed how the golden key was involved with Trump and Elon and all that. And, you know, to me, I just personally don't believe it's just a coincidence that he had a black eye when he's going away like that on his last day, and then they give him the golden key. To me, it makes sense if there was a deeper ritual. Or is it just coincidence? Anything's possible, okay, my friends? We're just throwing stuff out there. But that's my response to that, about what that could possibly mean. Now I'd like to get to the topic of the Vril, okay? So like I said, a lot of people all bringing up Vril and connecting it to some kind of reptilian parasite that goes into people's eyes and sucks out their soul or some kind of crazy stuff. And it's very sad because the word Vril keeps being used. Vril, Vril, Vril. And people have no idea what Vril means, and they got no evidence for any of their claims. And as I said in the last video, and I'll say it again, they're taking it from a conspiracy theorist who I believe is either a paranoid schizophrenic man or he is a professional bullshitter and just makes up stuff. I don't know if he's scamming people or what. I'm not making those claims that he is, but there's something going on there. He's been around for a long time. I'm not saying the name because two reasons. First reason is many YouTubers these days are calling out other people and starting all this drama and stuff. I don't want to participate. I'm here to do my work, share the truth. I'm not here to expose other researchers and start online drama. I'm so sick of that. I don't want any part of that, so that's why I'm not naming a name. Number two, I don't want to give this guy any more attention because I don't think anybody should be looking into his work. It's all bullshit. Okay, so why even name his name? Now, many of you guys who've heard this theory will know who it is. So, for those who know, you know, and those who don't worry, you're not missing out on anything knowing this guy's name. But it's a guy who's, throughout the years, has put out nothing but bullshit. Okay, he's made up this Vril parasite claim. Okay, he's talks about cloning centers and all that, and how he's been to these cloning centers and all this, and that he writes lyrics for all these famous people. And you know what his source is? It's trust me, bro. Never once has he ever shown any evidence of any of his claims. To me, he looks high in all his videos, and it's just like, oh yeah, trusting some guy who looks like he's inebriated or high, sitting there telling you a bunch of stories without ever providing an ounce of evidence, and you're just like, oh, yeah, that must be true. And for somehow he went viral back in the day, and the QAnon crowd has picked it up and think it's facts. Yeah, the only people who believe him are people who believe in such nonsense like QAnon. That's how ridiculous these conspiracies are. Okay? So he said that there's Vril parasites that go into your eye and suck out your soul or some kind of stuff. I don't know. He made claims about it, then other people who are delusional and who listen to him come up with their own theories on it. So there's many adaptations of the theory, and somehow it went viral. Okay? And people will see this on Facebook, they'll see it on TikTok, and they'll just believe, oh, it's the Vril parasites. They never did any research besides what they saw on TikTok and Facebook and hearing people with zero evidence make crazy claims. So where does this come from? Well, how many of you guys who like to run your mouths about the Vril have ever read this book? Vril, The Coming Race. It's a book from 1876 by Edward Butler Lytton. This is where this schizophrenic bullshitter, or whatever you want to call him, this is where he got the name Vril from, okay? And he tried to talk about this book, although he never probably mentioned this book, but this is where he got it from. And it's a very good book. I do recommend people read it. It's a classic, okay? It even had a role in, unfortunately, inspiring some of the events of which happened back with the World War II with the guy with the funny mustache. Oh yeah, it's all connected. It goes back to Helena Blavatsky, all sorts of stuff, okay? But pretty much, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it has nothing to do with reptilians and parasites in the eye, okay? Buddy just probably heard this book. He probably never even read the book. He probably heard about the book and stole the name and just assumed the power of the coming race, just assumed it was reptilians, when again, it's not. For anybody who reads this book, they'll know it's about a group of beings who are underground, okay? A guy stumbles into some mine and comes across a race of beings underground, okay? And this book is technically classed as science fiction, but many say these are real events. I personally believe it's real as well. It's a group of ancient Aryan beings, okay? So tall, very tall, giant probably, light-skinned, most probably blonde hair, blue eyes, okay? Which is why the guy with the funny mustache and all that kind of stuff, okay? Who are these beings? Well, my friends, I believe these are, they come originally from the Pleiadians, okay? Underneath us, underground, we have Pleiadian beings, or offset of the Pleiadians, Aldebaranians, they're called, okay? These are the gods, or whatever you want to call, but they're the original human, you could say. They come from the Pleiades, and the Caucasian you have today is the closest related to them, okay? But that's where they come from. I believe every race of beings, whatever color you are, you come from a different extraterrestrial group who's involved in this great cosmic war that we're within, okay? And I know it's deep stuff, but anyways, these are the Pleiadian ones. And I want to make it clear, underground you have all sorts of beings. There are reptilians down there, and there's different ones, you know, but this is just one class, and there's good and bad, okay? I do believe there are bad beings, like the ones who were working with the guy with the funny mustache and that whole agenda. Obviously, those were a group of bad beings, because there was a lot of things that beings of love wouldn't do. And then it goes back to the concept of this Sanat Kumara that I've been warning you guys about for a long time. He's the Lord of the world, but he's in the underworld. But anyways, these beings were said to escape to cataclysmic on the surface and went down underground a long time ago. And this is facts. We have these beings underneath the ground. And they have a technology and use a power source. And this power source is called Vril. Okay? Vril is the power source. It's not a parasite reptilian that goes into your eye. It's not. Okay? It's a power source. So what is this Vril power source? It's within you right now. No, not a parasite, but Vril energy. It's within me. It's within all living things. It's Kundalini energy. Okay? That's what Vril is. Chi, prana. Vril is just another word for that. It's universal life force energy, and that's the secret. We could use it. It's like the ether, and we could use that, harness its energy, and have free energy. It's what Nikola Tesla was trying to bring to this realm, but the powers that be did not like that, and you know what happened with him. Okay? Well, this book is about these beings who are underground who do use that. Okay? So to hear a bunch of people throwing around Vril, making it seem like it's some parasite, they don't even know what it is. Okay, so I got a little video to show you of another guy who does real research, who will just back up everything I was saying. This is Robert Sefer. I really enjoy his work. He's got a lot of good stuff about stuff that happened a long time ago and other great researchers. So here's what he has to say on Vril. Take a look.
Born on October 31st, 1895, to a ballerina from Vienna, Austria, the medium Maria Orsic was leader of the German Vril Society. Dedicated to the study and practice of metaphysics and the occult, the Vril maidens did not cut their hair. They claimed that their long strands helped facilitate contact with beings from beyond and helped harness what they called Vril. Edward Bulwer Lytton's book, The Coming Race, published in 1871, described an advanced civilization that dwelled below the surface of the earth who had mastered this mysterious energy form called Vril. Helena Blavatsky, the foundress of the Theosophical Society, described Vril energy as an ether stream that could be transformed into a physical force. Ancient antediluvian civilizations were said to have mastered this universal life force, and that they guarded this knowledge, passing it through initiation into sacred mystery schools. The Chinese refer to it as Qi, the Hindu as prana, the Japanese as Reiki. A more modern term for this universal life force is orgone, which is defined as the basic building block of all organic and inorganic matter and is closely associated with sexuality. The term itself shares a root with the word orgasm. Coined by Dr. William Reich, orgone was seen as a massless, omnipresent substance similar to ether, and although mainstream science still does not acknowledge much else other than electricity and magnetism, Albert Pike once said that, and I quote, "There is in nature one most potent force, by means whereof a single man who could possess himself of it and should know how to direct it could revolutionize and change the face of the world." My name is Robert Sefer. I'm an author and anthropologist, and I'd like to invite you to explore the occult secrets of Vril.
There you go. So as you can see, he laid it out for you guys, and yes, he did talk about the Vril Society. A lot of people think the Vril Society, these reptilians and everything. It's like, no, there was a Vril Society, but that was an offset of the Thule Society, and that was back in the times with the guy with the funny mustache, and, you know, they truly, they were in contact. The guy with the funny mustache, all of them, there's a lot of evidence to show that they were in contact with Nordic beings from the underground who were helping them with their agendas and whatnot. It's all related. All the eugenics, all that was related to everything that happened there. And there was a Vril Society that was started, as Robert Sefer showed. Okay? But fact of the matter remains, it has nothing to do with reptilians, nothing to do with parasites in the eye. It's a life force energy. Now I want to take out this book to go further on that. Manly P. Hall. This book is from 1927. Let's read what he said. He mentioned Vril once as well. So he's talking about the celestial inhabitants of the sun. Okay? Now what you guys got to realize about the sun is life force energy coming out. Plasma, life force energy. That's why we get filled up with energy from the sun. Well, he's talking about the celestial inhabitants of the sun, because there's beings, plasma beings, who come from the sun. So what does he say? He says the Rosicrucians and the Illuminati described the angels, archangels, and other celestial creatures, declared that they all resembled small suns, beings who are, or being center of the radiant energy surrounded by streamers of Vrilic force. Okay? From these outpouring streamers of force, which is life force energy, is derived the popular belief that angels have wings. Okay? These wings are corona-like fans of light, by means of which the celestial creatures propel themselves to the subtle essences of the superphysical worlds. So what he's describing here is pretty much plasma beings, little mini suns that come out, intelligent beings that fly around, okay? But that's you and me as well. Our physical bodies are made up of plasma. Our soul avatar is made up of plasma, okay? And it's all life force energy. And we are suns as well, little suns, because we all come from the sun, believe it or not, as well. That's why many people say we are stars, we are made from the stars, okay? Well, the sun is a star. But this energy that permeates all living things is Vril. So now you could see why I'm so, I wouldn't say upset, I'm not upset, triggered, I don't know what you'd say, but disappointed, maybe that's a good word. Disappointed to see so many people have no clue what Vril means, and they're repeating a bunch of nonsense with zero evidence that all stems back from some guy who made up bullshit, who probably never even read the book, and who was just looking to make a good conspiracy, or maybe it was a delusion that he had. But zero evidence, and now the concept of Vril, which as you can see goes back to the 1800s that we know of, which symbolized a force, a spiritual force that dwells within all things. Now, so many people, I mean so many people, when I made these posts on Facebook, so many people commenting Vril, reptilian parasites. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Not one of them know what Vril actually means. And that's why this could have been a psychological operation that was pushed in the algorithms to discredit and keep people away from the truth of Vril, to totally demonize Vril, when Vril is something important that people should know about. Okay, we call it Kundalini energy now. Prana, Chi, okay, same thing. So now you know. So if you're one of these people who've been clinging on to the reptilian parasites coming from the eyes for years and all that, I think it's time to let that go. If you think I'm wrong, provide me some evidence, okay? Provide me some evidence, something in the historical record, some kind of actual evidence. But if you're just getting this from a post or a meme that you saw online, or some ramblings of some guy who's been known to just make up bullshit and have zero evidence for any of his claims, and other people who are just copying what he said, making up stuff and be, oh, they said, I'm sorry, that's not evidence. You know, that's why in my videos, when I put forth my information, that's why I show you guys these videos. I read from these books. I show you guys receipts. Okay, and if I don't have receipts for what I'm saying, I always try to say, this is what I believe, this is a theory, take what resonates, discard the rest. You know, I always try to make that clear if I don't have any direct evidence for what I'm saying. But as you guys know who watch my videos, you'll see that I always do try to provide the receipts with the videos, the screenshots, all sorts of things, that I'm not just sitting here making shit up. These other people with this real parasite crap, they can't do that. Why? Because there are no receipts. There's nothing but bullshit based off bullshit. Okay? So, there you go. I love you guys, I do. But, and I know a lot of you haven't fallen for this crap either. But just for those who have, you know, now you know. Now you know what Vril means. Now you know it has nothing, and never did have anything to do with parasites going in through the eye. And that is a bullshit theory based off bullshit. And that's all I have to say about today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We go deep, like I said, on Patreon. in the occult class about similar type of occult topics. You'll get all this knowledge, and you can get a 7-day free trial and see all the classes and all my other Patreon videos too, because when you join the occult class, not only do you get the occult class, but you get all the other classes. You get the Ascent to 5D class, you get the health class, you get it all. Okay? There's something going by there. I don't know, my microphone might block it out, but anyways, you get all that good stuff. Okay, so definitely check it out. Or if you'd just like to simply buy old Lionel an ice cream for my efforts, I'm on the website Buy Me a Coffee. Any support is appreciated. It helps me to continue what I do here, and as a thank you, I will send you a few occult classes to your email as a thanks for the ice cream, coffee, whatever. Okay, so that's about it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I hope you subscribed, all that good stuff. And that's it. Until next time, old Lionel signing off. Love you guys.